Top of the morning to you on this misty Friday morning. So big week of visits, kind of exhausted, a lot going on also, extracurricularly that will be settled this weekend. And then just a lot of epiphanies and a lot of things planning and a lot of shifts for me, moving forward, like life-changing stuff. So, taking action, preparing, always while healing, because life doesn't stop. And so something that came up that was really powerful in a visit, it was a follow-up. And because my initial full evaluations are gaining so much information on that initial visit, and you're trying to bring you to a starting point and understanding what your next steps are regardless of your life or what you are presenting with a concern. There's so much information shared that it's very hard to try to digest it when we're sipping from a fire hose and when we don't know, we have all the tools, we have all the information, and it's like, then what, right? And so I like to front load follow-ups, but the follow-ups would then be led by you and the work you're doing or not doing, but the honesty that you're going to bring to, hey, could I do a follow-up? Here's where we're going to focus. Sure. Then they're leading the follow-up rather than a practitioner or a professional or whomever going, I'll see you in 3 months. That's when I'll give you your next thing. Because in 3 months, I don't know who I am. I don't know who they are. They don't know who they are. We don't have any idea. And that model just never works. It has to be the person gaining this understanding and understanding what to do with their habits and beliefs and actions, from designing their own training plans to understanding what nourishment is, to understanding where these things fit, old, relationship concerns that are going to affect every cell, tissue, and organ, especially the musculature, and moving forward. Understanding. And then no matter who you work with, you could even go into a surgery or want to go into some other allopathic path or naturopath, it doesn't matter, but you're at least in a position to understand yourself better, prepare better, put yourself in a position to be able to survive whatever it is they're going to do, be able to discover whatever they're going to do. So it doesn't really matter. It's not eliminating all that or treating or remedying anything in any way whatsoever. But this young lady had reached out. She was doing her first follow-up after a full evaluation. Okay, look, where are we going to take this? And then she was listing, boom, 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 here's where we're going to go. All right, let's go. And one of the biggest things she noticed, and this is what kind of knocked me over, it almost brought me to tears, was she goes, I do have to say, it's a completely different way of living when I'm looking at what my body, how my body is responding to the entirety of my life, and I'm not afraid. I don't look at it as an enemy. I'm not afraid of the responses. I'm trying to understand the responses. I'm trying to see what it wants me to see. And I sat there, and because that's where we have to start. We have to really try to start from that point on, because if you're kind of in and out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, like, yeah, body, yeah, you're doing this for me, but this is against me, so I'm gonna do this stuff for it, and then this stuff to control it, and then the body's perfectly appropriately responding to all your decisions and efforts, and then it gets very confusing, because 1 foot in, 1 foot out is like, I don't know what the I believe, but body's just streaming ahead one direction, boom. And so again, when she had said that, I'm like, that is potent, because that's a major shift. It's not really recognized in any other circles or any other sandboxes or worlds out there. But that right there is one of the biggest, most profound statements in a follow-up you could really hear, because all the narratives around the body, all the scripts around the body being told by whomever, it doesn't even matter. I mean, even grocery stores are saying them now. They're around. At some point, your body's going to go against you. At some moment in time, your body's going to stop doing things for you. During these moments, your body bails on you. it attacks you, it imprisons you, it confines you, it's spiteful, and that's then leads to a treatment or a cure or a remedy or a prevention technique or something like that. But that's just what all medicine is doing, is selling that story or that narrative or that script, I should say. And so as a starting point here, I don't care if it's even just a basic injury, even just looking at a simple rolled ankle and the swelling and the limping and the digestion shifts and the emotional shifts and your rest shifts and sensitivity to all these other things, the black and blue, the pain, the structural changes. At no time are any of those foreign, wrong, ill-timed, incorrect, false. They're absolutely perfect. So it doesn't really matter what the circumstances are, but starting from a place where you no longer fear this thing that you're inside 24/7, that your spirit and essence are residing inside, that your mind gets to work through your actual physical tissues, that you get to feel through your actual physical tissues, like everything contained in and around and out and connecting us to just the concept that it's just all of a sudden gonna screw you, or we should be terrified of it, or we should find ways to measure it, to prove that terror, and then call it something other than your body. Call it, name it something other than your arm or your ligaments or your digestive organs or your brain or your nervous system or your fascia or your fluids, or call them anything other than what they are, which is yours at that time. And it just baffles me. Well, it doesn't baffle me. It's just heartbreaking to live a life where you are stuck inside of something that you think is a sentence, is a prison, is a limitation, there's absolutely nothing. That just, one, doesn't make sense, but two, that sucks. And so by the bottom line, it's like, you get to a point, do you want to not live that way? Oh, cool. Let's start there. And let's move forward in your understanding. Here's a fuckload of practical tips and tools and ways to look into every single inch of your life. And here's what's going to happen. You're going to change from that moment on because you just accepted and owned a different starting point. What if my body's not against me? What if everything I've been looking at, what if everything was for me, even from the basic injury all the way up to any other system of involvement? What if? I wonder. See where that takes you.